YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Mark and Mike Show. Once again, Mike's not with us. This time I'm going to ride my GS on an 800-mile one-day trip. So hey YouTube, we're entering Portland about a half hour after leaving my house this morning, and we're on our way to Salt Lake, Utah. Right now it is 6:11 in the morning. I left around 5:30. Rain during parts of it. I don't mind riding in the rain, so I don't see that being an issue. It's also going to be a little bit windy when I get close to Salt Lake, which is typical. Don't enjoy riding in the wind, but hopefully it won't be as windy as it has been in the past. So as I was coming through here, I failed to turn on the audio pack for the Senna, so no audio, but that gives me a chance to give you a quick description of the ride. So I'm riding from just west of Portland, Oregon to just south of Salt Lake City, and it's a little over 800 miles. I'm going down to visit my daughter and grandkids and son-in-law, so really looking forward to it. This will be the first really long trip that I take on the GS, because I'm actually doing this in one day. I've gone from like Portland to Spokane on the GS. GS is a great bike, but this will be the first time that I'm doing an all-day ride on the GS. And as you'll see at the end of the video, it actually did a whole lot better than I expected it would. This is really a great bike.
So we're just pulling out of La Grande. I just got gas. And we've had pretty good weather. Haven't had the camera hooked up for a long time, where it was all deserty, and believe it or not, it was super sunny without a cloud in the sky. And now we're back up in the mountains here, and back into the clouds again, and it looks like we might get some rain. Well, it's raining. Hopefully this is supposed to rain for part of the trip, and so far we just have real light showers. This is a little harder here, but hopefully this doesn't stick around for too long, because it's no fun getting all wet. Anyhow, we'll see what happens. One of the really nice things about having a GS is when your legs get tired, you just stand up. Makes it a whole lot easier to put on the extended miles, that's for sure. Alright, so it is 11:30, which is when I normally eat my lunch, and we're at Baker City. So I guess it's time to find a McDonald's or Burger King or something. So we just stopped for gas, and we're in Idaho. Been in Idaho for a little while. And according to the GPS, I've got 337 miles to go. So we're over halfway by a fair bit. And one really nice thing about Idaho is the 80-mile-an-hour speed limit. Last time I was talking, I mentioned that I was hungry, so I did stop at Baker City and at McDonald's and got myself a Big Mac and some fries and milkshake, and then continued on. Stopped right as I crossed over the border into Idaho, took a little break. Actually, I took my first break where I actually sat down and on a bench and drank some water. All my other breaks have been just to walk to the bathroom. So it's 3:40 right now, 2:40 Oregon time, and I started at 5:30 this morning, so been on the road for a long time. According to the GPS, I'm going to arrive at 8:30. I am planning on arriving at 9 to 9:30 because I still need to stop for supper What I found though is, because I'm going just a couple miles over the speed limit, 82 right now, the speed limit's 80, and that's 82 GPS. According to the speedometer, I'm going about 88 miles an hour. But, oh, I'm tired. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So every time I take a break or stop to go to the bathroom, it's just a little over 5 minutes by the time I take my helmet off, put it on, and walk over to the bathroom. And I'm able to almost make that up by just going 2 or 3 miles an hour over the speed limit. So the brakes aren't really hurting my time that much. So it looks like I'm going to get a little more rain. I got quite a bit of rain earlier while I didn't have the camera up. And the first half of the ride, it was in the 50s and a little chilly, felt good. Right now it is 75 out, and it feels a little warm because I've got the same clothing on that I had on earlier. So probably at the next stop I'll take one layer off. I haven't felt bored at all. I have a couple times, just because it's such a long ride, had to keep my focus. Luckily, when I was starting to lose my focus, that's when it started raining, and the rain kind of woke me up and caused me to pay closer attention, and so that kind of resolved that issue. It was raining like crazy, and then there was just this dull, constant rain that went forever. Oh, and now we got the wind. Whew. And it's cold. Great day for a ride. It's been a good ride though. I've been having a good time. It's a shame I didn't take some video when when it was raining and miserable. But all I wanted to do is just get out of the rain. And it's one of those where I was hoping that, in 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something, I'd be out of it. But I don't know how many hours it took, but it took a while. So at 6:30 in the evening, I started at 5:30 this morning, but of course there's a time zone difference, so really I've been riding for 12 hours, not 13 hours. Whew, it's cold. The good news is though, the strong wind is coming from behind, so it's not blowing me sideways as bad as it could. I had one of the truckers at that rest stop who was wondering how I ride the motorcycle in this. I told him it was because it's blown from behind. But literally when I parked the bike was going to get blown over. So I had to turn it around and place it into the wind. It is really windy.
And as you can see here, the wind is blowing like crazy. It was really, really windy.
I couldn't get the audio back to turn on here while I was going sideways to the wind there. So I don't know if the GoPro picked up any sound, but man, that was windy. It's still windy, but now it's blowing not just from the side, but kind of from the back as well. Oh man. I'm guessing these guys are driving slow just because of the wind. Oh, once again, I didn't have the camera on, but it was so windy back there, I could barely stay in my lane. Oh, you can see it's pretty windy out there, and this GS still handles it pretty well, even though I'm complaining about try to bike on the road.
If you watch that blue van, he's going to use me to shield the wind.
Yeah, you can see, I don't know if it shows up on the GoPro, but there's little tumbleweeds going across the road. They're going straight across the side. Maybe the wind's just let up a little bit. But definitely not blowing me from side to side like it was. It's this minivan trying to use me to shield the wind from it. So we've got 115 miles left. Should be there. It says 8:45, but I need to eat dinner, so it'll be a little later than that. Feeling pretty good. Look how beautiful it is. I don't know if that shows up on the GoPro, but we're just outside of Ogden, Utah, and it's a beautiful place. Okay, so we're almost there. Ended up being windy the whole way. Luckily, the wind was kind of to my back, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And the rain quit, about a little before pulling into Utah, so I don't know, maybe you can hear the wind. It's still windy. Don't feel that tired though. I actually feel pretty good. My butt feels fine. Nothing wrong with this seat. I have a kink in my back, but I think it relates more to the just stress from riding so far than the bike. And I feel pretty alert, so I know when I've driven down here in the car, I feel pretty tired at this point, and I'm tired, but I do feel more alert than I was in the car. So it's been a good ride. I should probably have texted my wife a little bit more. I texted her on most of the stops, but when it was raining real hard, I just didn't feel like getting my phone out, so she said she was a little bit worried about me.
So it took me from 5:30 in the morning until 9:20 in the evening to get there, and that's stopping breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all fast food, and basically no stops other than going to the bathroom other than the one little 10-minute stop. A total of 818 miles.
And it should be right here. There it is.
And my average speed was 74 miles per hour according to the GS, and I averaged 41 miles per gallon, which was pretty good. It was actually quite a bit windy on the way home, and my mileage dropped quite a bit. I was into the mid-30s on the way home. Quite a bit windier, but still had a good time. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching.